Hello. I just thought that I was going to come in here and do some work in the craft room and thought that maybe I would just turn on my camera and just kind of hang out if anybody wanted to hang out. Um, Last night I was privately hanging out with friends and made this little pipe network that comes from this die set right here, which is Vault Industrial. And I always wanted these. And since they had them at a good price and they had a special deal at Simon Says Stamps, I jumped on it. And so I made these, and the paper that I used is just some paper, some printed 6x6 paper that I didn't love. So I painted it, and I did that one. And then my thinking here, just in case you had wanted some idea of what my thinking is that I'm going to make sort of a Valentine. And this is another piece of paper, and I thought I'd make myself some little steampunk mice and hearts. So, but I want to do the background. So this is almost done. The things I want to add to it is more shading, and I'm going to add some dyed grit paste so that my, corrosion looks more realistic. But I'm going to get to work on the background here. So I have here a piece of watercolor paper. I'm working on the smooth side, and I took out these stamps that I bought. And I wanted to kind of just go in a sort of a Valentine's color range and just sort of collage these on. So I'm just going to pick off my little stamps and just kind of stick them down. And I want also some golds in here. So I'll go to the gold set. I know there's a gold set around here, and maybe the purple set too. The set here. And just start laying down postage stamps as a full background. I am leaving space in between them because I'll go in with my Tim Holtz crayon and, make them stand out a little bit. Let's get one that's more red. I wish my hands worked better. Oh yeah, let's get one of these deep red ones. This one here. Oh, that's better. Maybe I'll stop trying with my tweezers and just work with my hands. Go back to pink. And so that's what I'm doing. So I thought I'd just turn on my camera and let you hang out with me. Or not, watch later, whatever, do you. These are sort of gold looking too. But I want to make sure that they are right side up. Could go willy-nilly and not worry about what side is up, but I'm just a little bit picky. Give me a brown one. Brown, where are you? Here you are. I like that one. And I'm doing this in landscape because the pipes fit better. Let's do Canada, an homage to our Canadian friends here. Hi, Michelle. Watching in bed. I hope you're feeling well. We'll do a 1 penny stamp here, just for the hay. And if there's a bigger space between, no big deal. I think I'll do this one and just place it right about here. I'm not sure anybody's here. other than me, but that's okay. And let's do another pink. I started binge rewatching again for the third time, friends, Outlander, because I just can't help myself. Let's do this number 2 postage and the red. I might throw a purple here and there. Good. Glad to hear you're getting better. Let's just put you over here. Good. Let's find a purpley one. There we go. I like that one. And here's another red. I'll grab this shade of red. Do another brown. And I want this one right here. 5 cents. Nickels worth. I'm feeling better, thank you. I felt up to, working on my sourdough, so yesterday I did 2 feedings on it. Today I'm waiting on the dough to rise. So that, and I'm trying again, because so far I've failed twice or 3 times. This time I made 2 loaves, so I'm really risking things there. And one of them is cinnamon raisin, because I love cinnamon raisin bread. Okay, let's see here. I think I need another red. I get over stuff pretty quickly. I don't know why, because Lord knows I don't eat right, but I do tend to kind of get over stuff. Let's do this 6 cent with the queen on it. Queen of Netherlands. Could do this with actual postage stamps, but I bought these darn stickers, so I might as well use them. Need another pink one. I'm bothered because this is upside down. I know it's meant to be that way, but it bugs me. I'm just gonna live with it. I'm gonna just bear it. Oh, I like that one that says war tax, but I'll lose part of that. Let's do the Australia 2 pence for our friend Michelle. I wonder how much 2 pence is in American, or if it's even anything anymore. Let's grab another purple. Dun, dun, dun. I like this one. And do another brown. Oh, look at this one, goes the right direction. And I'm not too worried about a little bit of space here. Because I might tear that out and make it look like a damaged wall. Okay, one more pink. Let's do the 1 penny postage. Okay. So there's that. And they're not all perfectly straight, and I don't care. I don't care. Because it's just an idea, and if I hate it, I hate it. I'll just cut them off. I'm going to grab my distressed crayons, and I do want to keep this kind of in the funky color range. So I'm going to grab Vintage Photo. You have sense there now? I'm not sure how much sense we have here. I'm just going to come through and I am going to rub this on. Get it down in those cracks. Go one way and then I'll go the other way. It's one of those things where you got to be willing to get your fingers dirty. I've been up since, I don't know, 4:30 this morning. So I was contemplating taking a nap, and I thought, you know what? Get yourself up and get busy in your craft room, girl. Because I've just kind of been avoiding this room lately. Partly because it's still a mess, and I'm going to, yay, put all my Christmas stuff away. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. It's because it's just, you know, of course it overtakes the whole area until you put it away. And I know you guys, if you followed Tim Holtz, you've seen him do this before. It's been a while. He does it on well, he does it with black soot. He does it on a piece of wood that he has those squares on. Oh golly, words are hard. Those collage squares or something like that. And it's just a flat piece of wood. It looks really cool when you're done. You just use your fingers to rub it down into the cracks and crevices. And then you can wipe off the stamps themselves with damp paper towel. You know, as much as you want, or just leave them as dirty as you want. That's completely up to you. 12:43 nighttime. Ooh. Yeah, what are you doing still up, girl? I don't know. I'm up often that late because I'm watching TV, or I fell asleep watching TV and then I woke up going, where am I? What's all this noise? Make sure I get these top edges too. I often don't remember to pull out my crayons. Okay. Mike's out looking for Scrat. I'm glad he has a hobby too. Keeps him out of my hair. Keeps him from sending me dumb YouTube memes or Instagram reels or whatever he's sending me. You know, and when your husband sends you something like that, you have to respond. I mean, if only there were a better rolls eyes emoji. Like, why are you sending me this stupid stuff? The things that man finds funny. Okay, now we're going to do a little cleaning. There's the finger. Hi, Jonna. I understand, Michelle. Okay, I need a paper towel. And come here, you. I need to clear off my finger a little bit. Where is my water? Here it is. Clean off my finger. And then with what's left on that wet, I'll just take and start gently rubbing on the stamps. And switching out because I'm just spreading color around rather than getting it cleaned off. Is somebody not able to hear? Hi, Melissa. See how easy that cleans off with a little bit of water? And I don't need them to be perfect. I don't. So see, I even lost some right there. But what I want to do here, let me grab my metallics because I want to get some metallic in there. Okay. What did you guys do with my metallic? Yeah. We'll do some antique bronze. Okay. Let's trim off the excess. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to make my steampunk mice yet, but I think I have a tiny mouse Trinity Stamps die, and it's not a super detailed mouse. It's just basically the shape of a mouse, and I think it probably will be perfect since they're going to be little robots and not actual mice. All right, so let's see how the pipe work looks on that backdrop. Consider that the pipework is going to be popped up and a little bit darker. Now what I want to do, and everybody's going to gasp, is I want to get my wall dirty and rusty. Thanks. Well, what I'm doing, my plan here is I'm actually making a Valentine in my own weird way with this pipe work, and then I wanted this as kind of a backdrop. But now I want to get it really dirty. So I'm going to come in here with my rusty hinge and I'm going to spray and I'm going to let that run. I may come in with a little crackling campfire too. I think I can find it easily. Yep. So crackling campfire is just a wee bit darker. Now if I want some lighter in there, I'll come in with some oxide because it will be very cool. But also, let's just kind of wipe this up a little bit. And once this dries, it won't look so much like a murder scene. Let's get my cracked pistachio. Yeah. me give that a little dry. So these would almost appear like, you know how sometimes, and I can say this from my generation, basement walls were covered in license plates. And if they got wet, they rusted. Let's give that a little bit more spread. It's a little bit too directed. And there we go. And that ends up kind of making look like any of that backdrop right there is kind of rusty wall, or I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully this doesn't, the water here does, and the drying doesn't pull up my sticky stamps. I can go over the whole thing with some Flage medium though. What's happened here is I've lost quite a bit of my pink. Let's do a little dabbing. I know a lot of people like to use salvage patina for this step, but I feel like cracked pistachio is better, especially when it oxidizes. Now Mike can't make him it barreling in here with who knows what comes out of his mouth, so sorry in advance. I didn't tell him I was going live because I just kind of decided last minute that I'd just turn on my camera. Because typically I don't do internet on Sundays much. Not for any other reason than it's the day I chose. It's kind of the day I choose. I wish nobody would mow their lawn and people could take naps all day long and all that stuff. Okay, now you see how the oxide will sit right over top of that ink. Let's get some Crackling Campfire Distress Oxide. And those you have to shake up. And this Crackling Campfire is very, very orange. And I want to oxidize that. Trying to get it to run in between, but it's just running wherever it wants, so I'm just gonna let it. Hi, Irma. Thank you. Just kind of clean up here. Should I be using this flat box? Yeah. Do I want to? No. I can't be asked. So I would like to incorporate some more pink in here. Let's grab some picked raspberry and just here and there. Since it's a Valentine and all, just create a little pink. And I think I want a little bit of purple too. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? Let's do spun sugar. A super light pink. Just to add a little bit of interesting contrast. Oh, I like that. I do. I do like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's come with some, let's come with a little bit of black soot. And just get a few of these in-betweeners. See a difference in vintage photo and black soot. It's obviously much blacker. Just really want to darken down these areas that have a wider gap in them. You could use a little brush or something if you wanted to, but you guys know me. I like to get dirty. I'm just a dirty girl. Mainly, I just want to be able to delineate the stamps from the background so that they kind of look like they're standing up-ish. A little bit right here. Rub it in, rub it in. I think we're good. And then clean off that too much excess. And since these stamps are sort of shiny, it's easy to wipe it off of them. I don't want to get too much water on there because I don't want to rub my black off. Okay, so now, oops, what's on there? Got my pipes, and they will stand out a bit more on there. So let's go ahead and darken down the edges. I'm going to do that with some, since this is kind of a slick finish, I'm going to do it with archival. I can find my black archival. There it is. Where's my brush? Okay. That way it's not water reactive. Yeah, that kind of pulls it all together. I think I need to re-ink my archival. That seems to be doing okay. You can see that I'm over Christmas. I don't want to do any more Christmas projects. I'm actually more likely to send out a Valentine than I am a Christmas card. So now I also want to darken down the edges of this more so that it has, more of a 3D appearance. And try and decide whether I want it. You know what? I think I'll do it with the crayon. I think the crayon will work out nicely. Might take a minute, but I think it will. Yeah, that really does make a difference, doesn't it? Anyway, I was in like a private thing with some friends last night or yesterday, and I hadn't done a project like this in forever. So I started doing this last night, and then I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it yet. And it came to me this morning what I could do. Oh yeah, that definitely makes it even more grungy and dimensional. Love it. Love it. Like it a lot. Yeah, yeah. Use your products. And maybe, maybe you're not into grunge at all. And I get it. It's not for everyone. But if you are, if you collect like me, I have just about every Tim Holtz product. Now, I don't have every color. I'm missing a lot of colors in Distress Oxide sprays. I have all the inks. But let's see, I need to get that up into that corner. There we go. Um, I have all the crayons. I don't have all the watercolor pencils, but I'm working on it. And too, if you didn't have these stamps, you could actually use the stamps and just color them. Hey, Chow. I don't know why I didn't pull these pencils out last night. I guess I got tired. I was hungry. That's right. I had to quit because I was hungry. I'm like, guys, I gotta go, man. I'm starving. I'm just coming around the edges and then just blending it in with my finger. Again, you could use a brush. And those tiny brushes that Tim brought out. That's not one. Where are you guys? These itty bitty ones be great for it. Let's see, you can rub them in just like so. If you want to. And that'll soften it up a bit. But it also spreads it out more than I want it spread out. Okay, where am I here on this thing? Did I already? Yeah, I already got that side. Okay. I should just do the whole thing and then spread it out so I remember where I am. I'm excited for this coming year where I get to do more of this kind of stuff that I love doing. I'm gonna use my fingers rather than the brush because I have more control over my fingers. I mean, most of the time. Not always. Sometimes they go and get stuck. Ever have that? Just get a cramp and that finger isn't moving. Especially when I do a lot of fussy cutting, they'll start to cramp up and get stuck. Whoops, why did I do that? Look what I did. Oh my gosh. Dirt. You guys sat there and watched me do that and didn't say a word. So let's go ahead and grab this one here. Get a little bit more of this bronze going on. This, although, oh, that's finished photo. See, what did I do with the bronze one? I want brass color, but I don't have any. This is almost a brass color. Just to kind of bring out a little bit more shine, as if, and plus that I put white Dr. P.H. Martin's on here, and it was a little too bright for me. So this is helping kind of dull it down, where I still have that shine, but it's not as pronounced. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Okay. Yeah, it stands out better. Okay. So here's my sort of galvanized, and I just painted this with some black gesso. This was a pattern paper. I painted it with some black gesso, some white gesso, combined them to make a gray, and then the, which one is it? I've got that upside down. No, yeah. Then the brush pewter, which gave it the metallic. Okay, that's gonna get popped up. Again, I'm not gonna put my words. I'm not going to put my grit paste on there until I have it attached to this, because, you know, once that's done, I'm not going to want it to move. So let me find my little you know what? Let's first of all just kind of clean off my hands a little bit before I go digging through my stamps and dies. And you guys know that I have a ton of Trinity, so it's going to take me a minute to find that mouse. And then we have, in this die set, we have little gears and stuff, so I can, you know, steampunk the mice. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, little mouse, which I'm just going to drag them out one at a time and go through them until I find what I'm looking for. Halloween. Little rocket. I had these all organized, but then I made a mess. If I don't find them, I'll just cut my own doggone mice. But they won't be as perfect. I don't think I have any other mice. I have my Lavinia mice, but I think they're too small, because I could stamp those and then draw them in. But they're pretty tiny. Okay, not this one. It's heavy. So these scrapbook.com boxes are pretty neat until you get them really, really heavy, and then they start to come apart. Okay, there are dinosaurs, donuts, candy, hamburger. Where's the little mouse? Cake. Gnomes. These are in no particular order. Nursery rhymes. All right, are you in one of these small bags? These are all those emojis. Birthday. Basic builder. Okay. No. Okay. And because it's just a die set, it's probably going to be in a tiny bag. Okay, that's a little gnome. I don't want a gnome. I'm not particularly looking for cute, only just slightly cute. Oh, come on, little mouse, where are you? Obviously, I'm going to need to organize these things again. Pumpkin candy, spaceship, space, what's this? That's the rocket ship. I have the little aliens. No, I don't want an alien. There it is. Nope, that's an astronaut. There's the tiny mouse. Hey, not in this bin. I'm going to set this bin on the floor, though, because I may have to look through it a second time. Tiny donut. Little heart. Cheese. Pizza. Toast. Pie. Tiny mouse. Yay, I found him. See? It's in a really little bag. So, I'm going to move these aside. Put these crayons back in their box for a minute. The lid's back on my things before I lose the lids, which I do frequently. And just brush away. So this little mouse is really small. I'm not sure what that part is. Oh, that's the ear. Okay. I'm going to cut one forward and one backward so they can be coming in two different directions. Come here, you. Work myself right out of room here. Let's move you guys. Sure the lid's on. Okay, what did I do with the other pieces? Ow. Might need two of those. I don't remember. There it is. Oops, get over there. No, it's kind of big. They're more like giant mice compared to what I'm working with there. Here, where'd the other piece go? Dang it, Bobby, where is it? Here it is. Ooh, that's tiny. That's itty bitty. Look at how little that is. There. That one goes there, and those other things are the eyes. Okay. Let's take that same paper, flip it over. Come here. I've got the Queen Break Free song stuck in my head. Now I'm going to cut out some gears. Okay, so there's Tiny Mouse, another magnet. I'm just going to throw these little pieces at the magnet. You could have little gear feet wheels or these little, oh, I didn't put the turny thing on there. I didn't put the valve. It's not a turny thing, it's a valve turner. I don't know. The handle. Uh-oh, I lost that one. Oh, there it is. Can always use tiny little gems for the eyes, and I might do that. I don't know. Okay, let's get some gears out. And I just dump everything. Okay, I think I want some of these parts. And here's a gear. Here's a gear. Here's, I don't know what. Here's some more mechanical parts. More mechanical parts. I'm looking for the, that might be too big. I'm looking for the, oh, it's going to be, see what I do when I'm not using my magnets and they're just a small group of them is I just let them all stick to my little glass mat magnet. There's what I'm looking for. So that I don't lose them. Doesn't mean I won't exactly lose them, but it's a better chance that I won't. Okay, these are the ones I want. That one too. Why not? Let's just cut a bunch of gears. I don't know, the larger ones might be too big, but we'll find out. Because this is warped, they're not going to lay flat for me. As long as they're not touching each other, we're in good shape. Or overlapping, I should say. But not touching is even better because there's always a chance they might still try to overlap. Like that one right there. Let's give it a little tap. Okay. Lots of small bits and pieces, but what's cool is they stay in there until you poke them out. And I'm just going to move everything while I do that. Thing is heavy. It's not heavy. I have a elbow problem. Okay, come on out, little mister. When you're cutting through a painted piece of paper, it likes to stick to it, kind of. I mean, you know, definitely if you've just painted it, make sure that it's 100% dry. Otherwise, you mess up your dyes because they get paint in them. And the next time you use them on something you don't want that color on, too bad. You got that color whether you wanted it or didn't. See these little pieces right here? Don't throw those out because you might use them. I might use these on the ears. Should have a second one of these around here somewhere because I didn't use it on the pipes. I forgot. I gotta make a bunch of hearts for it too, so because I want it, instead of dripping water, I want it to drip hearts. So let's think about this. Let's look at mouse number 1. And here's his typical ear. I could do his ear with this. That might be fun. And he might be, see, these gears are a little on the big side for the little mouse. We could do little rivets along the bottom. I think I might only would do half of that as his ear rivet. Maybe a little wheel right here. I am feeling better. Thank you, Mary. Okay, I think that's the way I'm going to go with this. And I'll probably put one of the larger gears back behind him. Listen, quit bumping into there. I need to lower my armrest so that it goes under and quits stopping me from scooting in. Okay. Let's start with the rivets. Oh, and then I'll use one of these roundy ones at the end of his nose. Actually, don't start with the rivets. Do you guys see my glue? Here it is. Let's do his little nose. Oh, you know what? I want some whiskers. Do I have any wire? Well, of course I have wire, but do I know where the wire is? It says ribbon, string, and wire, but I don't see any wire in here. Not the color I wanted. So you know what happens when the wire's not the color you want? show you. Let me see if I can find the end. This is the end. I don't remember the rest. Okay. Don't really want to trim that with those scissors. Where are my cutters? Wire cutters. Oh, I remember that game. Something, Mousetrap. You're right. So, I think I want my wire to be, maybe I do want, no, you know what? I want it to be statue. So, I'm going to shake this for a bit. I know it's hiding because I want it. Sorry about shaking my whole camera there. You really have to shake these up really well. So if you're not familiar with this, this is foundry wax. Try and do this without making you guys seasick. And I might even foundry wax a gear here while I'm here, because everything doesn't have to be the same color on a mechanical mouse, especially a hand-built one. So let me think about the best way to apply this without wasting a bunch, because it dries really, really quick. I know exactly what to do. I have this little doodad right here. I'll just put a little on here. Why did I? Oh, yeah, I got it to come out. And just kind of run it on my wire. You guys catch Simon's new video today? I was watching it. Ow, 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 ow. See? Ow. That's a hand cramp and it wants to stay. Doesn't want to let my hand move. And I probably don't have the whole thing covered, but my foundry wax is already drying. So I'll just run it through, and I think I wanted to do this, so I'll get some down on here. Whatever I can with whatever's on this dauber. And now I've got to take heat to it. So whenever you're using this, look at my finger. It just won't. There. Cotton ball was a good idea, yep. And I'm going to just take my heat tool and I'm going to heat this up. And it'll melt that foundry wax right onto my wire. Notice I'm not holding my wire. And it'll also melt it onto this little piece here. And onto my mat, which is no big deal. It cleans off super easy. Turn over. I should have kept those cutters. I did. Okay. So what I want to make some little whiskers. So I'm going to just kind of loop this around. I hope my finger cooperates with me. Doesn't want to. Listen, finger. You are not the boss of me. Yes, I am. I am the boss of you. Ah. Mm. Oops, that landed on there and I didn't want that on there. These on here. You guys, this is insane, my finger doing its little own thing. Where'd the third piece go? I don't think this is it, but I'll use it. At this point, I don't care. I'm mad because my finger got stuck. Now, I can place one of the little circles on there, and that can be his little nose. And I'll just kind of wait for that to dry before I try and shape those wires. Stop it. Oh. Okay, so now I want to do the little rivets. Trying to get my hand to relax. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. No, that's not a hexagon. I don't need them to be perfectly straight, but I need them all to be hexagons. I only have 5 little hexagons? Oh no. Okay, we'll just have to do a fatty one on his tail. Because it's attaching all 3 parts. Yes, that's what you have to imagine. Okay, now we need the ear. I feel like, how do I want that? I want it to go that way. Well, maybe I want it to go this way. Yeah, I do. I may stop the live because I don't want you guys seeing me whining and complaining about my stupid finger. It's just a finger. It's not that painful. It's just annoying. Wonder how Tunisia's going to feel about me mechanicalizing her little mouse. I want that to kind of look like it's attached with that rivet, kind of. Yeah, Mousetrap was the game. I remember it too because they went down little tube. They had little tubes like a game, like a mouse game. And he's on a wheel. Okay, I like that. I like that idea. Oh, come on. Takes a minute for the glue to take hold because it's on a painted surface. Okay, let's do inside of the ear. That way. Oh, Pooh. Stay. Stay where I put you. Yeah, that's a pretty steampunky little mouse. Definitely need a little black eye for him. So, I'm going to give him a gem. Because gem is truly outrageous. Nope, gonna give him a flat back pearl. Because that gives it kind of the little beady eye appearance. Let me think, where does his eye need to be? Right about there. Right there. Okay. Let's see if I can grab one of these with my tweezers. Make my life easier if I could. All right. Do not spill them everywhere. Here's one. Oh my gosh. Yep. The ones I spilled are just going to end up on the card. Somewhere. Yeah, we'll put that one in there. Oh, we'll put one on his nose. Yes. Yes. I think I wanted one in his ear. Big one. Come here, you. No, I don't want that big. I want a smaller one. What do you guys think of my steampunk mouse? Let's see if I can shape these whiskers now. Did you not even cut like you were supposed to? Oh, shoot. I had to wait till stuff's dry. I don't know why I don't. What's the matter with me? Kind of nutcase. Doesn't wait. The one that's in a hurry. I could have sworn I cut that in half. Dang it, Bobby. Now where'd that come? Oh, that was his eye. Broke his nose off again. All right, just let it dry, T, and quit screwing around. I'll let that dry for a minute. Where is glue pen hiding? Where are ya? Where are you, Missy? Where are you? Oh, here it is. I said stay. Okay. If I could just okay, get that in the middle, be good. Okay. Now let's get my little tweezers here and kind of hold them down while I move them to where I need them. I don't mind if they're crooked and stuff. Not perfectly straight. I just don't want them to come off. It's too long. So I definitely need to get some black going here. So instead of using the crayon, which is going to cause me to have to rub a lot, I'm going to use my Stabilo All pencil and just start to kind of shade some of this stuff in. Like the inside of the ear here, around the edges. Delineate that ear a little better. Okay. Just grab a little water brush here. She's got a little water in her. Come on, I can't push that. That's the other reason I don't love water brushes is I have trouble pushing on the apparatus. I don't want this so wet, and they're too wet for me. Okay. Mouse 1 may be done, maybe not. I may add some more dimension there. So now I got to do mouse 2, and she needs to be a little bit different. Oh, still need to make more rivets. I don't want to use my pre-made rivets that from Tim Holtz because I don't want to. Okay, we're going to do that as part of the ear. I'm going to make this the female, I think. She doesn't need all the bells and whistles because she's just got the power. You guys got quiet. Hopefully I'm still live. Don't get upset with me because of my finger whine. Seems to be working now, so who knows? I'm thinking about how I can make this kind of a heart shape, but I really can't. Okay. Now here's the other ear part. Okay. And probably everybody this weekend's getting their last minute Christmas stuff done too. Gonna do an itty bitty eye in this one. If you guys are chatting, my chat is stuck and I see none of it. Okay. I didn't give her any whiskers. That's because they were a pain in the you-know. I think I will, but I think I'll glue them to the back. And I think what I'll do is trim in advance. These cut really easy. It's funny that putting that foundry wax on the wire and then heating it kind of work hardened it. So it's a trip. Now I have a pair of flat pliers here. Thank you, Irma. Thanks for saying something too, because I wasn't sure if my chat was frozen or if just everybody was being really quiet. Or if everybody left, or what happened. Oh, and the funny part is they're not really supposed to be cute, but then again, they're mice. Well, unless you're a mouse fearer or a mouse hater, I'm not. I don't mind mice. I don't like spiders, but I don't mind spiders that much either. What I don't like is stink bugs, and everybody knows that. That's no secret. So probably shaping the wires before you place them is probably the best idea. And then I think what I'll do is I will use a sticky booger tape for those. Maybe 2 of them. Now, oh good, I hope you do more mixed media. Hey Juju. Okay, so we've got our mice, got our these are definitely going to have to go kind of over the top. And I need some hearts. Okay, let's start putting this together. Grab a card base. And have a side folding craft. I do. I can see that my card is a little bit long there, so I'm going to trim it off. Oh, you little bunghole. Ah, I bought a new one of these. I'm waiting for it because this one is just a hot mess. I do like these extra pieces though. Let's make sure. There we go. That covers it. Yeah, Thursday already. Christmas Day. I got it upside down. Dang it, Bobby. That's why I was worried about that one postmark thing being upside down because I knew it would mess me up in the head. Okay, now, pipes. Where are the pipes, Danny boy? There they are. Going to need some foam tape. know, I think I want to double up on this stuff. Scissors. Well, you can sure tell school's out. Make sure that's not showing on the other side. Dang it, Bobby, I can't pick anything up. Okay, we're good. Christmas is coming and the goose is getting fat. I know I am way over foaming this thing, but I want it to be nice and sturdy. Okay, that one's only going to be able to handle these. Um, why not? I changed my mind about putting 2 strips because I'm tired of it already. 1 strip will be just fine. Okay. Oh, Christmas tags are great. Okay, that was quick. Bye. Better get your stuff done. I've been lately coming to lives, just not talking. Because I didn't feel good, you know, and this isn't a good time of year for me, so I'm cranky. And I just don't want to be, you know, mean to somebody just because I'm cranky. I realize that these pipes are crooked because I did a bad job putting them together, but I don't care. You should see the pipes in my house. Okay. And mouse here. Kind of want to, no, I don't want to put them back to each other. Okay, so I'm going to need that on a little bit of a higher piece of foam tape. I'm going to need to foam from here back. No, I don't want it on higher foam tape. Change my mind. They can just overlap each other. Homemade Christmas tags are so much nicer than the store-bought. Okay, I'm going to need just a little hair under the chin. That's showing. I don't want that to show. And where's my little girl mouse? Do I want her climbing down a pipe? Do I want her climbing on top of the pipe? Hmm. Yeah. I mean, she could be anywhere. Okay, now this is my dilemma. I don't know where to put this mouse. Oh, yummy. Make Christmas goodies. Make some, save some for me. Oh, I forgot to add any shading on her. That's the problem there. Kind of like her right there. But she needs to be climbing on something. I think I'll put her right there. So I just need to put foam tape on either side. Let's see. Oop. I have to hold this down. She's a little curved around because she's not quite high enough. Did I put any glue here? No. Should. And then it doesn't really matter as long as if you press down on it, it doesn't, completely collapse. And we need to move her whiskers a little bit. Oh, why is my phone ringing? I know, it's my husband. He's at the store. Do you need anything? No, I do not, but thank you. Okay, hearts. And I think I'm going to put the number 14. So stick around if you want to see all that. Now let me think about, here's some hearts. I've got hearts all over the place, friends. Here's one. I don't want giant ones. I want small ones. Little hearts. Little hearts. there a little heart in this set? No. Is there a little heart in this set? No. Okay. For these, I wish I had a little hearts. Oh, wait a minute. I do. Ow. The Tim Holtz die with a bunch of hearts. Okay, bear with me. Got this one. That'll give me a bunch of hearts. Ooh, you know, I have this just right here. And this is some spray, distress spray and distress, whatchamacallit spray, you know, the shiny stuff on tea paper, on tea bag paper. So I don't really want to put this in my Empress. It'll fit through, but just barely. So I'm going to just walk over to my Vagabond and cut these out. Just kind of pick them out, glue them down, and then I'll add some stickles to them, or some stickles or some glossy accents to get, you know, a little dimension. What just dropped on the floor? I don't know. So I definitely want to start with them dropping out of the faucet. Here's one with gold on it. Oops, I bend it over its. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, those are definitely going to need some dimension. Let's see, where else do I want hearts? That's the wonderful thing about this die is you get a bunch of hearts. Okay, I want one there. Let's have one here. Right there. Okay. Let's cut out the 14 real quick. There's the 1. There's the 4. What do I want to cut those out of? I think I'm going to cut them out of the galvanized paper. plenty of hearts left over from whenever I want. I could also do light bulb, but I don't want to. I want the 14. So this is the times that I wished that my sidekick would work. Because this thing really needs a lot of space. Uh-oh, they come in pieces. Do not lose the pieces. Okay, we're good. Do I want to edge this? I think I do. I'm going to use pencil. One thing about this sort of faux galvanized look is that nothing has to be perfect on it. Okay, I'm not going to do this tiny little part of the 4 because it's just too small. I'll screw it up. I'll break it. Wait, now. Okay, yeah, it's supposed to look like that. Okay. So I should do the 4 first. I'm going to do this bigger part. Oh. I don't know how long I've been live or doing this, but it may have been a minute. And 14 doesn't have to mean Valentine. It could mean anything. Could just be a random 14. Could be a 14th birthday. I'll make those stand out with a pencil once they dry. You know how I like to do, like adding a shadow around it. And let's add some shadows here while I wait for that to dry. Yes, it is August 15th. And I want my Billow pencils. I don't think these are going to work well on this, so I'm going to use the watercolor one. Oh, what I want is my water pen that is too wet for my taste. Now, so I'm complaining about it instead of switching I'm telling you, I'm just terrible company these days. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Where is my water spray? Here it is. And I realize there's ink and everything else on here, and that's fine. Okay. It'd be great if this one wasn't fuzzy. Okay, let's try a different one. This one's too fuzzy. Um, this one will be good. Okay. Give these little hearts a little bit of dimension. Oops, that one didn't get glued down very good. Da 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 da. What? I see what's happening. I keep grabbing the wrong pencil. There we go. Let's do the right pencil. Grab the correct pencil and you will get more impact. There we go. That's probably what happened there, and that's probably what happened around those hearts. I'm like, why did it not give me the depth that I wanted? There we go. That's better. More better. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna just spend the day in bed today, my lazy little self, watching Outlander, anticipating the next season. We're not going to think about what the back of this card might look like because my table is such a mess. Mice don't really stand out very well. They need a little help standing out. So I'm going to help them. Quite a bit of black. Just kind of going along with the shape of what's going on here. Ish. Ish. And then just kind of soften that out with a damp brush. 10. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. That's a little better, huh? I can see it a little better. Okay. Much better. Except we need him to stand out a little bit more here. Blend that out a little better. It's a little rough. It's better. I don't remember. I don't think I did up here. I think I've done there. It's the details that take so long, my friends. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mary. So now I need to bring out this 14. And so I'm going along the edges of it and not trying not to get on the actual paper, and then I'll spread it down because a lot of times this won't blend out, which will make me crazy. Where'd my paintbrush go? Not this one. Not the funky NASA one. So you can see that 4 a little bit better if I do that, what I just did. But I need it to come all the way to the edge. And I need it to blend out a little bit right here. And then I can take my white. If I can find my number 10. Might as well do that on the one too. I haven't even added my texture paste yet. I still plan on it. What's the point of corroding all those pipes if they don't actually have corrosion on them? It won't take long though, I don't think. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. And I probably want even more hearts up around this 14. Okay, hearts, 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 hearts. I need more cowbell. I need a heart coming out of that pipe. Okay. Let's get our dimensional paste on there. Then it will be maybe done. Oh, hey, Peggy. Oh, no worries. It was impromptu anyway, so I didn't have any plans on going live. I just turned on my camera and let you guys follow me in the journey. Okay. My grid paste. Where are you? Here it is. Got my Crypt grit paste. Let me grab another magnet and get all these pieces out of my way so I don't knock them over. Let's go ahead and corrode some of those pipes. I'm going to need, I think my pokey tool will do the job. Oh, I do use the Mini Empress, but I didn't want to use it for the hearts die because I don't like to use one that's too wide because it warps the mat too quickly. And some kind person, and I don't know who, some mysterious kind person sent me new magnetic mats for that, which was super cool, and thank you. So I've got the Crypt grit paste here, but I don't want it to be that color. So I'm going to do a little mixing, and I know you guys have seen me do this before. Where is my darling dearest? There it is. And I want Rusty Hinge. And this is kind of hard because use it or lose it, friends. Yeah, I haven't even opened or unwrapped my new magnetic plates yet. I got sick and then just, you know. So I'm glad that this grit paste is a little dried out because it makes it not so runny when I add the re-inker to it. It'll dry a little bit lighter than what you see right here too. Oops, there's a heart. Let's get that heart out of the way. Okay. And I'm just going to take my pokey tool and just, I'm hoping the pokey tool works. Yeah. Just kind of add a little extra corrosion here where I think it might be. I might have to add it with a brush. Okay, we'll add it with a brush. Oh, I need a sacrificial brush. Yeah, it does look like blood. It'll dry lighter though. If I can get it to stick instead of falling off. There we go. This might be a little rusty and corroded because, well, water drips from it. Definitely we want some corrosion around here. Just gonna have to put more down than I need and then wipe it off rather than trying to get a tiny amount down. Get some corrosion around there. Come on, get off the brush. What I need is one of those little spoons that some of us wore around our necks back in the 80s. Not me. Not me. I just want some corrosion on my pipes. Oh my. Yeah. I'm not going to do too much. Not a bunch. Just some. Because it's taking forever. I can't get it to come off the brush and stick to where I want it. I do like that though. Definitely need more around here. I don't know if the mice are going to have any corrosion or not. This was obviously a repair job. I don't think there are copper pipes anymore. I don't know. What do I know? Not a plumber. Not the plumber. Maybe it might have some up here. Who knows? Definitely some down here. Okay. So I'm thinking some at every joint because every doggone joint has leaked at one point or another. Because whoever plumbed this was in a hurry. You can tell by how they got that pipe crooked. let's put a little corroded spot right here. Need some here at this joint. Almost there. Much patience required to work with this stuff in a small scale. Come on. Yeah, you can do that. You can just come off my brush and get onto the paper. Oh, I see. You roll the brush a little bit, it'll roll up just like a booger. Come on. You're a booger. Roll up. But there's more because I need to do some with some cracked pistachio too. Now for that, I will use paint. Ooh, I don't know what I got in there, but it's a little piece of something, which I don't mind. Okay. Let's wipe that off. Now let's get a little more. Where'd my little mixer tool go? Here. Wipe it off. Mix it up really good. Best you can. Really good. And nothing up my sleeves. Presto. Let's build some of that on there. I didn't need this much, but whatever. Let's get right here. Get on there. It will stick to itself, so that's a plus. Oh, that's way too tall. Only thing that's missing, and that's going to come next, is black splatters because it needs them. Because pipes this corroded are going to be filthy too. You're going to have mold and all kinds of disgusting things on them. There's my pipes, Danny boy. This is the same brush that I use for my lunar paste when I paint with it. All right, let's get... I'm loving how parts of this oxidized after I got water on it. I'm loving that. All right, we need some black splatters, and I am going to cheat, if I can find it, with my Posca pen. And one final touch. And that's going to be some glossy accents on my little hearts. Oops. I didn't make the pipes live. I made those last night. Well, I was with some friends, crafting with some friends on a like sort of like a Zoom on a StreamYard thing. So I made those last night, but those are but yeah, I painted them and everything, but I highly doubt Melissa recorded that, or I mean, Christy recorded that. But basically, I painted some pattern paper with, I painted it gray, so black and white gesso, and then I used some multiple colors of yellow, oranges, and reds and bronzes to get that, and then I just started doing stuff to them. Yes, I know the thieves target the copper. I do know we have big problems with that around here. I know I told you guys the story years ago about why Verizon had a cell tower out because somebody decided to try and steal a whole cell tower and take it to scrap. That was a definitely a Darwin Award move. Oops, I got a little issue there, but it'll be fine. Oh, I forgot to add dimension to these hearts up here. I don't think I need any more anywhere else. So there you have it, my funny Valentine. Thank you so much, Peggy. Um, I love copper, and honestly, I don't have a copper colored paint, and it says it's copper, but when I look at it, it's definitely not. So I have bronze. I have antique bronze. I have champagne gold. I couldn't find a copper. Glorious gold. Bright brass. And then in the Tim Holtz ones, he comes close to copper with, I don't know what I did with the, here it is. He comes very, very close to copper with the antique bronze. So it looks pretty close. It's not quite as dark. So that's what I used on here. And then, I used water, picked up the water, painted another layer, squirted it with water, let it dry, picked up what was wet with a paper towel so it would get all that texture on there. Yes, I do. I do have some of that too. But I didn't want to because I wanted to. The whole thing I set out to do last night was just to change. So I had some pattern paper that I didn't really love. And, I'm hard pressed to throw it away. So I wanted to just experiment. And that's how this whole thing started. I made the metals and I'm like, wait, I got those pipes and I wanted to use those. So you know how stuff progresses from there. Anyway, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. Like I said, I have no idea how long I've been live. I don't even know what time it is. I'm not 100% sure I love the 14 on there, and I may chill out that white a little bit. And there's no may about it. I'm going to chill out that white a little bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of my black pencil. It's just a little too white for the rest of the card. And you guys know me. I'm more of a matchy-matchy person than I like to admit. That kind of calmed it down a little bit. It's a Valentine, yep. it's it's a Tracy style Valentine. You know what I need to do is trim off these tails. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. Oh, cutter bees. Here it is up close, in case you need to see up close. I hope you guys have a good week. I won't be live this next week because, well, it's Christmas. So, there's a hole in the bucket. What? Wait, is there a song that I don't know? Or do I not know all the words to the nursery rhyme? I might not. I don't know. uh, anyway, I'm gonna go wash my hands and have a stern talking to my finger and check on my bread dough and maybe take an old OPN, old person nap. You guys take care. See you later.